This is Lance and I'm back with a new video. So we have this 2018 Chevy Silverado base model. This customer I know, I've known him since he was a kid. We're doing an upgrade on his truck, so we're doing something really cool. So we're going to replace the radio. And I've told you in the past that I'm not a big radio guy. So, but in this case, we're going to take out this Chevy radio with all the basic stuff, and we're going to try the new Vinland radio. Why we're gonna try the new Vinland radio? Because it looks pretty cool. So let's talk about the new Vinland radio. So here we have the new Vinland radio, which is a 10-inch screen. I've taken the plastic off it, and I've kind of looked at it and played with it a little bit. This unit's pretty dope when it comes down to it. It's gonna have an SD card in the box. The instructions are here, and you can scan the QR code and get that. It is iData link as well, so we're gonna be able to program it and use all the iData link cool stuff from there. In one box we're gonna have, and I've kind of opened this up a little bit. This box here, we're gonna have the microphone. It has a built-in mic, but it has a microphone. It has a USB for the front rear camera setup if we decide to go down that route. It also has another USB for a mass storage device. It will not work with an iPhone and plug in. Did I forget to tell you this is wireless CarPlay? That's kind of cool. There's the SD card, I shouldn't say SD, but the Wi-Fi connection for the phone. So if you use this SIM card on it, you can plug it in there, activate the SIM card, and allow you to stream. This is Verizon, T-Mobile, and AT&T 5G NSA. Nice, dope. And then you have this is the GPS antenna slash Wi-Fi antenna, which you can hide in the dash. It's pretty big. It has the plug for the antenna. It has the aux input. And then it has the pre-out RCAs in one box. What else we got? Let's see what else we got in this box over here. This is probably all Maestro stuff. This is all the Maestro stuff, all the harnesses. We're gonna get that wired up, plugged in. And then we're gonna have some more Maestro stuff. So there's probably, it's gonna come with two different setups. So depending on which one your truck has, well, it depends on which box you need, but it comes with both in both boxes. So that's pretty dope. So what we're gonna do is get this radio removed. Hopefully the sun didn't get you. Get this radio removed. You guys seen, I've taken these radio out before. No, and a lot of people have, no big deal. We're gonna get that out, and we're gonna look and see what else is going on in this car. But we're also doing some cool stuff too. So we're gonna do some Hertz speakers in the front, which we already done. I've already wired them. We already did the rear doors. We did a basic setup. And we're gonna try the new Hertz Chinto amplifiers. I've done a 5-channel and another setup I've done, but this is gonna be a 1.2K, 4.8K, and 4.800, and another 4.8K, 4.800 bridge. And then we're gonna go passive. No DSP, but the radio does have some cool stuff on it that will allow us to do EQ it and use the crossover. So the radio's got some cool stuff on it too. So we're gonna get all this stuff taken apart, get it all to a point where we can put all this stuff plugged in and get some wiring done, because I got a lot of wiring to get done, because we're gonna run a 1-aught cable from the hood, underneath the hood to the back, and then we're gonna use a basic box, nothing crazy, because this is a budget build, a very good budget build. But we're gonna do some cool stuff. So stay tuned and we'll get to the good stuff, all right? We pull the 4 screws out. Well, you snap the panel off. That's not the hard part. Pull the 4 screws out to get the radio out. And then this is what happens. Like I said, this is a non-amplified package. And I took the actual CD player out because it goes here. So you gotta take these 2 screws out as well. So we're gonna unplug all this here. And there, like, and that kit is gonna have 2 different boxes. One is for a 4.3 and 8-inch screen. So this screen was 8-inch. and it's going to have all the corresponding connectors to allow everything to work on this unit. So you're going to have the harnesses that plug in here. They're not that complicated. And then we're going to have a few more harnesses that plug in here. Green plug, plugs in the green, gray, retains the backup camera, and it's hardwired to let all the speakers work here. Not complicated. And then we're going to have a T harness. This is the actual T harness that goes in the steering column, that plugs in to allow you to use the steering wheel controls, because the steering wheel controls are retained on this kit. And then we're going to have a separate speaker for all the bells, wings, and dings and all that good stuff. And then we have a OB2 plug. So you can plug this in. This is for the Maestro stuff too as well. You can plug this in, or you can hardwire it. Most times I'll hardwire this depending on the customer, but I'll hardwire it in and solder it together so it never comes out. And then we'll run that microphone, because like I said, it comes with a mic, and we're good. It also has an adapter right here for the USB that's in the glove box. So the customer has a glove box and they want to use it. It's not like it really does much. You could plug in your mass storage device, but that's really all it does. Or you can plug in your memory stick or USB stick for the front and rear camera if you decide to go that route. So it's pretty dope when it comes down to that. So we got to unplug all this stuff, plug all the harnesses back in, and then run the microphone, which, like I said, I'm gonna probably, in this particular one, I'm probably going to put it somewhere really easy, but I'm not sure yet until I get to that point, because there's going to be a new mic that comes out that I was told about, that we're going to run that for it, and then we'll go from there. Either that or I'm going to extend it. I'm not sure which is going to work better. So if I extend it, I'll tell you I extended it. If I don't, I'll tell you I don't. So let's get all this stuff unplugged, get all this out, and then we'll just plug all the harnesses in. So let's talk about a couple connections. So I had to pull out this lower panel, which snaps off. This pops off, and then you get a T harness that plugs in. Okay, it's going to have two plugs on it, and you're going to have also the OB2 plug. So if you're just doing a regular Vinland plug-in straight in, you just plug this in like so, and then you're going to run your wire, and this is allowed to plug up in here. So, but I don't do things like that. I'm going to solder all this stuff and retape it so it looks all nice and finished, because once I'm done, it's in. And then we run the mic. So I'll get that apart as well, and then go figure out the rest. But like I said, I'm going to tape it up, and as you can see, the wiring here, it's pretty easy. There's a plug obviously over there for a connection over there, but everything else behind the radio is plugs in, and then we just got to program a Maestro, and then we're going to clean it up. So this plugs into all the harnesses up there. This plug here plugs in for the climate control. So the climate control comes on screen as well. We'll see. So let me clean up all this wiring the way I like to do it, and then put it all back together. Like I said, this system is going to be a full system. So wiring wise, I'm going to change the wiring, but I'm going to make it play for the time being to see what happens, and then hook it up, and then update it, and then run all the extra cables that I need to run for the rest of the system. But you'll see it when it's done. But it's, like I said, it's pretty easy plug and play, as long as you know how to do Maestros. Got it? So we got all the stuff ran for the Vinland radio. We put the microphone up here. We ran the cable here. That's how long the cable is. I mean, we probably could have sourced it over here, but we ran it there, zip tied along there, and then we had to replace the speakers here, so we ran all the cabling through the center console up here. A little dust up here, and then we ran it right here, so you got a mic plugged in here. We stuck the GPS antenna in the dash. There was a cable that ran from the glove box over to here, which was the backup camera wire, and everything else was plugged in physically here. Since this car is going to be amplified, and most of my cars that I do are amplified, it's not a drop-in, We obviously took the speaker wires and ran them to the back. So this radio is just really a control unit. And when you look at it, there's a lot of plugs on here that I did not necessarily plug in, and I really didn't need to. So I got the backup camera. I got the Maestro stuff all plugged in where it needs to be plugged in. I got the Maestro plugged in where it would be plugged in. Then we got the RCA's plugged in here, front, rear, sub. And then we have the USBs that are ran over there. I wouldn't say USB 2, I believe it is, and Wi-Fi. So if he decides to hook that up, he can still do that. And then we did amplifiers back here, and I'll go over the amplifiers in a minute, give you a little bit of visual of that. So we got two 4-channels, bridge to 2 channels. We got a monoblock running just the sub with a Audison bass knob because the Hertz bass knob wasn't available, and then we got some Hertz speaker crossovers back there with it. So let me put this dash back together, and then show you a little bit about the Vinland radio, and then we'll go from there. I also got to put the A-pillar back together so I can pretty much wrap this car up. All right. So what I was saying is on these amplifiers here, these are 4-channel amplifiers. So as you can tell, I put a panel in here. I stuck it on there so we didn't put any holes in the back in there. So these are 4-channel amplifiers. And so they're kind of unique because they have the ability to be bridged, and the bridging process is very unique. On the amplifier itself, and I'll put an image up on the crossover setup, and the way it's set up is that has independent gains for front and rear, and it also has inputs for left and right, like every other amplifier, and it also has the ability to have mono input left and right. So it's weird because you can take the left front and the left front input and the left rear input and plug it into the RCA's. Then when you bridge it, you take, like any other amplifier, left positive, right negative on that particular channel of the amplifier. So that's normal, which doubles the output of the amplifier. So you take a 110 watt amplifier and you make it about 220 to 300 watts depending on the amplifier and how it's designed. These are done really well. So we did that. We have one amplifier running just the front bridge, 2-channel. And we have the other one just running the rear on a pair of MPX 165s. We're using the crossover in the radio because it has a nice crossover section where it has up to 36 dB per octave or even 48 dB per octave. But in this case, we're doing 24 dB per octave. And then we decided to go with the monoblock, the CP 1.2K, which is pretty cool. It's a monoblock amplifier. It has a bass knob input. It has their bass knob input. I used an Audison bass knob because that's what I had in stock. And we're running about anywhere from 1,000 watts into the system here. So this did take a little bit of time to do to get it all put together. So and the box has got 2 down-firing 12-inch Hertz shallow woofers, the MPX or MPK, I can't think of whatever it is, but I'll put a number down, subscription. And we put it in a very generic box because the customers, you know, everything was pretty much generic short of the box, and if he wants to do a bigger, better box later, he can. But we did everything else in the system and it turned out really, really good. I'll play it once for you guys, but we're doing a full setup. We didn't do any crazy sound deadening. This car is not a big sound deadening car, and this basically is a pretty well budgeted system from the standpoint of what he's got. He's got good quality. It's more like a street car. So I think the customer's gonna be really happy. He's gonna be able to play with that new Vinland radio, which has a lot of cool features if you decide to use it that way. If you just want to use a radio and a CarPlay unit, it could do that. But other than that, he could stream videos on it, and I'll try and get some information on that and share it with you guys. And we'll probably do a video on just Vinland units and how they take Wi-Fi input, and they come with a Wi-Fi or a SIM card in it, so you can just basically plug a SIM card into it. But it's got some really, really, really nice features. Stay tuned. I'll show you the wrap up once everything's put back together, and we'll go from there. I wrapped up this truck, and the screen is beautiful right now. There's a video playing, but we're gonna go back and I'm gonna show you a couple things in here that I like. So this 4 button down here. Right now I'm streaming. What I'm basically doing is using my phone as a hotspot. I'm using the device to go onto YouTube, but I can go home page here, and I can go through, and you can see the video still playing. And so you have access to all the features. Now, not all these features work from the standpoints of the unit. So AI assist works, obviously. Aux in, if you had something plugged in, it works. Bluetooth is if you just wanted to stream. Chrome is launching the web browser because it is a tablet. Bluetooth 2 is if somebody wants to tether a phone and you still want to have your other device hooked up, you want to be able to play different music from a different phone simultaneously while your phone's connected. It's pretty cool. The DVR D is for the front and rear digital camera that Vinland offers. This particular vehicle does not have it. Drive Chat DP. Drive Chat is like an AI device that allows you to do some other stuff. EF Club, I haven't even played with that. Front cam, we don't have it. Files is if you download files on here and use it. It's a tablet, so you can do that stuff. You can search for apps that are built in or buried in here. You got Google Google. So if you want to go into Google and you have the network, your phone on a hotspot or device on a hotspot, or you have an activated SIM card, you can Google anything you want. It gives you time and all that good stuff. What else? HDMI input. So if you had a video player or you had an iPhone that has HDMI out, Illuminate Audio is a app. Map just launches whatever map system you wanted to have it on. So if I have it on Google, it'll be Google Maps. I'm just making a default there. But like I said, this is really not doing much. We got music. So if you have music stored on it, if you have Netflix at account and you wanted to go on that account and watch movies while you're driving, you can do that. But I don't recommend it, but you can do that. Pandora, if you have Pandora account, same thing. Pictures, Play Store, radio, rear cam. I mean, the thing goes on and on. But none of these are activated for free. Obviously, you would have to have accounts for it to actually log on. Torque is if you actually have the app and you also have a USB connector. So there's crazy stuff. This, like I said, you could download all kinds of stuff on it. It's really sick, and the fit and finish is really, really nice. Like I said, we have backup camera that tailgates down, so the image is going to come up kind of funky, I imagine. Let's see. So we put it in reverse. There we go. So you got the image right there. Plates down. This particular car, this is the first time I've done this GM Vinland radio. It's really cool. The EQs are pretty cool. The crossovers are pretty cool. There are some things that you're always going to find that is going to be a give and take. But the pre-outs are solid. Front and rear, sub. You can change time limit. Man, it's crazy. But this car has, like I said, 2 amplifiers. One's bridged to the front. The other one's bridged to the rear. I should say it has 3 amplifiers. So it's got 2 4-channels. And they're the CP, which is a Cento. Very nice amplifiers. Sound really good. Don't distort when you set them up correctly. It's not a bad miss, and it's real clean sounding, and it thing gets on it. And with the Hertz 12-inch woofers and that 1.2K, whew, I think it's almost too much for that. You almost need like another amplifier just so you can go a little bit more, or more speakers, one or the other. But stay tuned for more videos. If you like it, please comment, subscribe, check it out. But the Vinland makes a nice piece. It's not for everybody. You have to understand that if you're trying to tether your CarPlay on here, you can't tether your phone with a hotspot unless you have a separate hotspot. So it's one of those things where you learn that iPhone can't do everything. But if you like iPhones, CarPlay works really well. It boots right up. It's not perfect, but it's still a good device. Stay tuned for the next video.